they're already awake. While you're still in bed, hitting snooze, they've already conquered half the battlefield. The difference between average and elite doesn't start at the boardroom. It doesn't start at the negotiation table. It begins in the dark, before the world wakes up, before distractions, before obligations, before weakness sets in. There is a secret most people never talk about, not because it's hidden, but because it's painful. Because it forces you to confront the truth. You've been wasting the most powerful hours of your life. Think about it. You want millions? You want influence? You want power? Then stop waking up like a peasant and expecting to rule like a king. The most successful people on earth don't start their day at 9 a.m. They're already deep in the war of productivity, fitness, focus, and strategy before sunrise. That's not a coincidence. That's a design. The billionaire? He's journaling, cold plunging, fasting, and mapping out moves while you're rolling over in comfort. And you wonder why money avoids you, why clarity evades you, why chaos finds you every damn day. Let me tell you the truth. Most won't say the universe does not reward comfort. It rewards momentum, and momentum starts in the morning. If you wake up reacting, you've already surrendered. The algorithm, your inbox, your friends, your cravings, they own you now. You don't own the day, you survive the day. But if you wake up in attack mode, if you seize those first hours, you become a different kind of human. The type who doesn't chase success. The type who attracts it through alignment, energy, and intention. Science backs it up. Your brain, in the early morning, is in theta state, a deeply suggestible, programmable state. That means your beliefs, your thoughts, your identity, they're moldable during those first waking moments. What you feed your mind becomes your default. Alt mode. So if you check your phone first thing, you've just given the world permission to dictate your destiny. But if you go inward first, with discipline, silence, breath, movement, you're crafting a reality on your terms. You know what the ultra-wealthy do? They don't just wake up early, they own the morning. They design it. They engineer it for control, energy, and domination. From Tim Cook to Dwayne Johnson, from Oprah to Elon Musk. They all understand the same truth. The world is a competition of energy, and the morning is where you collect and protect yours. Let's get darker, because the truth gets darker. You've been trained to sleep in, trained to hit snooze, trained to believe rest is reward. That's not an accident, it's a system. The world wants you weak in the morning because that's when your mind is open. You're easiest to control when you're passive. They want you foggy, they want you slow. They want you too tired to question why you're broke. Dark psychology isn't just something you use. It's something used against you every single morning you hit snooze. So how do you take back control? It starts the night before. But the moment your feet hit the floor, that's when the war begins. No checking messages, no scrolling, no Netflix, no chaos. Your mind belongs to you first. Train it, direct it, sharpen it like a blade, affirm power, speak clarity, move with purpose. The average person wakes up looking for pleasure. The millionaire wakes up seeking domination. Domination of thought, domination of time, domination of identity. Because if you don't control your morning, someone else will. And guess what? They're already planning how to profit off your distraction. Let me leave you with this. Every morning is a test, and you only get one shot at it. If you lose the morning, you lose momentum. And if you lose momentum, you lose everything. But if you win the morning, you don't just win the day, you build a life the world cannot ignore. So wake up, not just from sleep, but from the illusion that you're doing enough. You're not. But you can be. This is Motivation Blessing, and if you're still with me, then you're not average. You're awakening. Now before we go further, prove it. Like this video if you're ready to take control. Drop a motivational quote of your own in the comments below. Something original, something real, something that reminds the world you were born to rise. And hit that bell, because the next section will light your soul on fire. Let's be honest. You weren't born lazy. You were trained to be. You weren't born confused, distracted, overwhelmed. You were conditioned into it. By a system designed to keep you dependent, small, obedient, predictable. They want you reactive, not intentional, emotional, not strategic, comfortable, not dangerous. Because a dangerous human, a man or woman who wakes up on fire with purpose, cannot be controlled. Let me say something harsh, and if it stings, good. That means it's hitting the right place. You're not broke because you're unlucky. You're broke because you're outmaneuvered every morning by people who learned how the game works. You're not undisciplined by nature. You're undisciplined because the world trained you to scroll, to consume, to chase cheap dopamine from the moment your eyes open. You've been programmed to obey your cravings, not your conscience, not your higher self. There's a war happening, not outside you but inside your own mind. And every time you say, "I'll do it tomorrow," the system wins. You don't understand how deep it goes. From the school system to social media, from television to your job. Everything you interact with has been engineered to keep you thinking small, acting late, living reactively. The average person wakes up already behind, already drowning in other people's priorities, already chasing instead of leading. That's not an accident. That's a design. Let me expose something. Every time you wake up without a plan, by time you start your day with noise, you're handing over your freedom for convenience. You're becoming predictable, and predictable people are profitable to someone else. You think that social media app is free? You are the product. Your attention is the currency, and every second you spend there is revenue for them, and poverty for you. Do you know why most people stay average? Because they refuse to face the discomfort that leads to greatness. They avoid early mornings because it's hard. They avoid routines because it feels rigid. They avoid silence because it reveals the truth. But here's what the system doesn't expect. A human who questions everything. A human who breaks the script. A human who gets up before the world tells them to and rewrites the rules. That human is rare. That human is powerful. That human becomes rich, respected, and remembered. So how do you break out? How do you flip the system upside down? You start by understanding this. The world reacts to people who move before they're told. You gain leverage when you control your time. You gain power when your mind is trained, not tricked. You need to set traps for your distractions. You need to design your mornings like an assassin. Precision, stealth, intensity, purpose. Let me give you a psychological edge. Use environmental dominance. Leave your phone out of your room. Put your journal, your water, your workout gear in plain sight. Make your decisions the night before so you don't waste willpower on basic tasks. You don't rise with motivation. You rise with systems that beat emotion. Use visual anchors. A photo of your dream life, your debt, your family, your enemy, your younger self who believed in you. Remind yourself every single morning what's at stake. You think you have time. Let me tell you something brutal. You don't. Every morning you waste is a day closer to regret, a day closer to become. Ming, just another name nobody remembers. Wake up before the system even knows you're alive, and hit the day so hard it never recovers. Because the moment you stop playing by the rules, you start making your own. This is what they fear, a fully awakened human, a weaponized mind, an unstoppable spirit. And it begins in the first hour of every single day. Stay with me, because in the next section we go deeper. We unlock the morning rituals of power and control, step by step. Don't skip it. Because if you do, you might as well go back to sleep. You don't need 100 hacks. You don't need 1,000 new books. You need 1 hour. And you need to own it like your life depends on it. Because it does. You see, people who win big, they don't live randomly. They live ritualistically. Their life is built on invisible systems that produce predictable power, and the most sacred of those systems? The morning ritual. Not routine. Ritual. A ritual has intention, it has weight. It's a contract with your future self. And that contract begins before the world ever sees your face. Let me walk you through it. This is how the most dangerous people alive structure their mornings. Not the average, not the mediocre. The killers, the lions, the billionaires. And if you're ready, you'll use this to build a life most people will never touch. Step 1. Movement. Immediate. No hesitation. As soon as your eyes open, get vertical. Get moving. You don't negotiate with your emotions, you override them. Winners don't ask how they feel in the morning, they command how they feel. Motion generates energy, and energy is the currency of high performance. You think you need coffee? You need momentum, stretch, jump, sweat. Break the paralysis of comfort with motion. Even 2 minutes can rewire your state. Step 2. Silence. Before noise infects your mind. Before the world speaks to you, you speak to yourself. Sit in silence. Control your brow. Slow it down. This isn't meditation for calm. This is meditation for control. This is where you meet the shadow. This is where you face the fear you've been avoiding, the self-doubt, the guilt, the anger. Most people bury it all day long, but powerful people, they confront it before sunrise, because a man who masters his emotions in silence is invincible in chaos. Step 3. Vision crafting, not wishing, designing. You don't just hope for millions. You see it. You feel it. You build it in your mind until the external world has no choice but to obey. Close your eyes. See the bank balance, the house, the people you love living free. Feel the weight of the watch on your wrist, the roar of the car engine, the taste of the win. Why? Because the subconscious mind can't tell the difference between imagination and reality. If you repeat this long enough, you condition your identity to expect greatness, and identity is destiny. Step 4. Power questions. Don't let your thoughts wander. Direct them. Ask yourself, what would the 8-figure version of me do today? What must I eliminate right now to grow faster? Who do I need to become before I can have what I want? These questions ignite the brain. They force clarity. They destroy mediocrity at its root. Don't scroll. Don't talk. Don't escape. Ask. Answer. Act. Step 5. Write. Always. Your mind is chaotic by default. You must extract the chaos or it becomes your identity. Grab a journal. No filters. No grammar checks. Just let the truth bleed out onto the page. Your fears, your dreams, your anger, your goals. Write with honesty, not ego. The paper doesn't lie to you, and when you read it back, you'll see what's holding you hostage. Step 6. A micro goal with macro consequences. Pick one hard task that aligns with your long-term vision. Just one. Do it before breakfast. Before emails. Before you talk to a single human being. This is where you create undeniable momentum. When your inner voice says, "You've already won today," and the rest of the day, it bows to you. Most people want magic. They want shortcuts. They want to feel good first and then act. But the powerful, they act first and then feel the power flow in. This ritual doesn't take 3 hours. It doesn't require luxury. It requires decision. It requires command. Now listen carefully. You'll be tempted to skip this, to do it tomorrow, to ease into it, to make it soft, comfortable, optional. And that's the old you talking. That's the voice of the broke. That's the voice of the slave. You're not that anymore. You're becoming someone unrecognizable. You're building rituals that build empires. And it begins when the sky is still black, when the rest of the world is asleep, and you're making moves. There's something billionaires understand that average people don't. Time is not just valuable, it's territory. And every day you either claim it or you surrender it to distractions, obligations, and mediocrity. You see, average people wake up and ask, "What do I have to do today?" But the elite? They wake up and declare, "This is what I will do, and nothing will stop me." Let me ask you something brutal. Who owns your day? Because if it's not you, then you're not building a life. You're following someone else's script. Billionaires don't chase to-do lists. They design time around high-value actions. They use time blocking like military precision. Every hour has a mission. Every block has a result. Every moment is an investment. Let me break this down so you can use it. Step 1. Eliminate before you plan. Before you even think about what to do, decide what to destroy. Tasks, habits, people, meetings, apps. Whatever's not aligned with your long-term mission, burn it. You can't dominate your day if you're still babysitting your distractions. The secret is subtraction. The power is in what you no longer tolerate. Step 2. The billion-dollar block. Take the first 3 hours of your day. Block them off. Completely. No meetings, no emails, no calls, no social. This is sacred time. This is where wealth is built. This is where billion-dollar ideas are born and sharpened. Call it your offense window. You're not managing, you're creating. Whether it's building a business, investing, learning, closing deals, this time belongs to legacy, not logistics. Step 3. Future self-identity integration. You don't schedule based on who you are now. You schedule based on who you're becoming. What would a $10 million version of you do with these next 12 hours? Would he waste them? Would she drift? Or would they command those hours with intention and authority? Most people operate like their time is worthless. They treat their hours like junk food, easy to consume, no nutritional value. But the elite, every hour is a high-return asset. Step 4. Neuro-association dominance. This is dark psychology, and it works. Attach pain to failure. Attach pleasure to execution. Train your mind to link misery to laziness, and pride to progress. Here's how. If you skip a task, punish yourself. Push-ups, cold shower, extra workload. If you complete your goals early, reward yourself. Walk, music, coffee, call a friend, whatever lights you up. You're reprogramming your operating system. You're hacking behavior at the root. Step 5. The command reflection loop. At the end of the day, review with violence. What worked? What didn't? Where were you weak? Where were you unstoppable? Write it down, track it. Analyze it like an investor watching a volatile market. Because your time is a market, and every day you're either growing your value or losing it. Let me make this painfully clear. Your success isn't about what you want, it's about what you're willing to prioritize. Most people say they want freedom, wealth, time, but their calendar reveals the truth. Scrolling, reacting, overt, hinking, pleasing. And then they wonder why success runs from them. Here's a rule the top 1% live by. If it's not on the calendar, it doesn't exist. Your dreams aren't real unless they're scheduled. Your goals don't matter unless they're executed. Every minute you allow to slip by without purpose is an insult to the future version of you, the one who believed, the one who sacrificed, the one who endured the pain just to see the reward. So from now on, your time is sacred. Block it. Defend it. Multiply it. Let people think you're obsessed. Let them say you're too rigid. Let them roll their eyes when you say, "I can't, I'm building." They'll laugh now, and watch from the sidelines later. The next section is where we go inside your mind, where we build the mental armor you'll need to maintain this momentum for life. This isn't motivation, this is mindset warfare, and only the strong will survive it. Most people lose the day before they even open their eyes. because their mindset was hijacked before the sun even rose. Let's get something straight. Your success isn't about talent, it's not about luck, it's about mental warfare. And the first battle? It happens in the silence. It happens when the room is dark and your thoughts are loud. That's where you win or lose everything. You want to build millions? Then build a mind that can hold millions. Because without the mindset, the money will destroy you. Without the armor, the stress will break you, the haters will shake you, the pressure will bury you. That's why this section matters more than any other. This is the foundation. Let's get into it. Warfare. Principle number 1. Stop worshipping motivation. Motivation is a lie. It's weak. It's emotional. It fades. You don't need motivation. You need identity. You don't feel like a winner. You become one by acting like one, over and over, until the mind has no choice but to obey. Burn this in your mind. Discipline is divine. Routine is religion. Executio. N is king. Warfare. Principle number 2. Silence is a weapon. Start your morning with stillness. Why? Because silence exposes the truth, and most people are terrified of it. In the silence, you hear your fear, your regret, your lies, and that's good. Because what you face, you can defeat. What you ignore controls you. Start your day by sitting in that silence. Let it sharpen you. Let it confront you. Let it remind you who you promised to become. Warfare principle number 3. Weaponize visualization. You don't just see the life you want. You embody it. You put yourself in the role. You feel the air of the life you deserve. The clothes, the car, the peace. Why? Because your brain doesn't know the difference between real and imagined. And if you visualize it with clarity and emotion, you'll reprogram your subconscious to believe it's already yours. That belief? It pulls the life toward you like a magnet. But here's the key. You must feel it in your bones. Not wish, not hope. Feel. Warfare principle number 4. Break emotional weakness. Every morning you wake up with anxiety. Crush it with breathwork, with cold, with movement. You wake up with doubt. Crush it with action, with execution, with a reminder of who the hell you are. Most people negotiate with their emotions, but emotions are not your guide. They're your test. You either pass them or they become your chains. Warfare principle number 5. Talk to yourself like a killer. Every morning, the first voice you hear needs to be yours, not the world, not social media, yours. Affirmations? Yes, but not the weak kind. You don't whisper, I am enough. You declare, I am the one they don't see coming. I am built for pressure. I will earn, I will grow, I will dominate. This world bends to my intention. I don't follow the clock, I own it. This is psychological offense. You're not waiting to be inspired. You're building mental armor before the enemy even wakes up. Warfare principle number 6. Rewire beliefs through repetition. Whatever you hear consistently becomes what you believe. So choose your inputs. Your morning playlist should be power. Your readings? Tactical. Your environment? Aggressive peace. Calm but sharp. You are reprogramming the operating system of a warrior, a millionaire, a leader. And it begins before breakfast. Let's get tactical. Wake up, drink water with minerals, move, breathe, sit in silence, visualize the win. Affirm with force, attack a hard task. Then, and only then, open your door to the world. And when you do, you won't just walk into the world, you'll walk through it like you own it. Because mentally, you already do. In this section, you didn't just learn how to manage your thoughts, you learned how to dominate your entire psychological battlefield. No more begging for clarity, no more asking for permission. You've turned your mind into a weapon, and that makes you untouchable. But now, we bring it all together. The morning routine, the strategic execution, the mental warfare. Now we answer the question, what happens when you win the morning, every morning, relentlessly? In the final section, we go beyond tactics. We reveal the force of attraction that begins to build when you become unstoppable. There comes a point in your journey where something strange happens. People begin to watch you differently. Opportunities begin to appear. You start walking into rooms you were once unqualified for. Not because the world suddenly changed, but because you did. You stopped living by accident and started living with precision. You stopped waking up confused and started waking up commanding. You mastered your mornings, and now you magnetize the millions. Listen closely. When you win the morning, you do something most never do. You enter a state of energetic dominance. That means you're clearer than your competitors. You're faster than your environment. You're stronger than your fear. You become someone who doesn't wait for success. You bend time, bend attention, bend reality, until it bends in your direction. Here's the truth the rich don't tell you. Success is not a chase. It's a pull. It's an attraction. It's a signal you send out, one that says, I'm not hoping anymore, I'm not trying, I'm becoming. You show the universe that you're ready by how you wake up. And in return, the universe rearranges itself to make space for your rise. Let me paint you a picture. You wake up at 4:45 a.m. No alarm, no drag. Your body wants the war. You hydrate, move, think. By 6 o'clock a.m., while the world is still dreaming, you've already done more than most do by noon. By 7 o'clock a.m., you've executed a high-value task, visualized your goals, trained your body, spoken your affirmations. By 8 o'clock a.m., the world is just beginning. But you're already ahead. You're ahead mentally, physically, spiritually, financially. This is how you compound. This is how you build an empire in silence. People will ask you, why are you different? Why does everything seem to go your way? Why are you always so clear? And you'll smile, because they'll never understand the power of the hours they waste, and how you use those same hours to build your throne. Let's get psychological. You are now operating from a frequency that is rare. You're no longer reacting, you're creating. You're no longer absorbing noise, you're broadcasting certainty. Your energy says, I'm not desperate. I don't chase. I don't ask permission. I lead. That energy? It makes people obey. It makes money flow. It makes partnerships, deals, and power fall into your hands. Because people don't follow people who are motivated. They follow people who are certain. Certainty is built in silence. In systems. In the early hours no one sees. Certainty is forged in the invisible work. You've done that. You've paid that price. And now you are the kind of person who can walk into a room and own it before you speak a word. Let me tell you the truth most people never hear. Every massive leap in your life will come, not from more talent, more money, or better connections, but from one violent commitment, waking up and owning your time. That's it. The 6 a.m. version of you will kill the old version of you. That 6 a.m. version? He's dangerous. She's untouchable. They've got clarity, confidence, and capacity because they've already won the internal war before the world even knocked. So what happens when you win the morning consistently? The world adjusts. You begin to attract the right people, the right decisions, the right moves, the right money. Because you've proven you're not like them, you're not reactive, you're not scattered, you're not begging for success, you're building a foundation it cannot ignore. Let this next line sink deep. The future is owned by the one who owns the morning. It's not about being perfect, it's about being relentless. It's about getting back up when you slip, resetting your mind, recommitting to your ritual, realigning with your vision. Because you're not just winning mornings, you're building momentum that doesn't break. So here's the challenge, warrior. Give me 30 days. Days of this discipline. Days of silence, clarity, execution, control. Days of waking up like a damn weapon. And I guarantee your life won't look the same. Your mind won't feel the same. Your world won't respond the same. You'll be walking in your own light. And millions? They'll follow it. This is motivation blessing. And if you made it this far, you are not average. You are not normal. You are not asleep. You are a force. Drop your most powerful, original motivational phrase in the comments. Let it be your signature. Let it echo in the minds of others. And when you post it, you're declaring, I own the morning. I attract the millions. And if this video unlocked something inside you, then click the like button, comment your war cry, and turn on notifications. Because the next video will change your life again. Now go and show the world what it looks like when a human wakes up and refuses to be denied.